an hour early because we advertised that we were going to start at 9. But plans had to change, and I apologize for that. We're 7 minutes into the hour. We're going to give you a full time. Yeah, the people know here.
This is an SOS from the Trinidad. Location 7 miles off the coast of Venezuela. SOS, SOS, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Help! Help! The Trinidad, a luxury liner, sailing the Caribbean Sea with an old captain named Eric Williams. For years, sailed smooth and free, but sadly Eric Williams passed away. The ship hit rough water that day. Someone turned the bridge over to a captain named Chambers. My blood crawl, things start to fall. Hold me head when I sail a ball.
Captain, this ship is sinking.
Captain, the seas are rough. Oh yes, the gas tank almost empty. No electricity, the oil pressure reading low.
Shall we abandon ship, or shall we stay on it?
And perish slow.
We don't know. We don't know. Rowley, tell me what to do, brother. Captain Rowley. Share the video, please. Let them know we're here. Make sure and tag Randall Mitchell and Michael Commoner. Tag those two. Tag Michael Commoner. Tag Greggy Hannes from Ernst & Young.
Oh, she was a beauty with wealth that few surpassed. And in her day, she sailed majestically. There were few in her class. Faithfully, she fulfilled her sailor's need. Some were overpowered by greed, and so they pilfered slow. Some took by bulk and go. Now she looked dull, she's at a lull. She could barely sit on her hull. Captain, the ship is sinking.
Rowley,
Captain, the seas are rough. Oh yes, we gas tank almost empty. No electricity, we oil pressure reading low. Shall we abandon ship?
half of them missing.
Shall we stay on it?
Half of them jump out already. Where much? Where they run?
Captain, you tell me what to do. Whoa, whoa.
Listen now, Faris Al-Rawi tell the Newsday, Faris Al-Rawi tell the Newsday that he sit down next to Rowley in the parliament. He said sit down next to the man. And the man didn't say there was an ISIS cell in Trinidad when asked the question in the parliament. This is Al-Rawi's words. No, he said, to be honest, that they misunderstood what Rowley said. And it could also be possible that they misunderstood what Al-Rawi said. Because after Al-Rawi, or so the media said that Rowley didn't say there was ISIS cells in Trinidad, they play back the clip. And Rowley's words were, in a word, yes. Faris, how do you misinterpret yes? I really would like to have that conversation with you, Faris. How do you misinterpret in a word yes, Faris? Tell me now. Tell me. Wayne Sturge said the other day, you are the least of the lawyers in this country. You have no value to anybody. Every piece of legislation that you've brought to the parliament, they've thrown it away. They've thrown it into the dustbins. Judges have laughed. They've said, what is this coming out of the parliament? What is going on? This confounds the Constitution. Who drafted this? They didn't finish first year law school, and on and on and on. But your entire government is a joke. Randall Mitchell, boy, in the 319, Pipson specialist. I hear it is alleged that plenty young girls don't come back there anymore because you can't keep your hand in your pocket. Randall Mitchell. Michael Commoner, PNM gun for hire. They cannot shut down social media. They can't stop freedom of speech through the anti-gang bill. So Michael Kwamina is the last best hope. Defamation of character. Trinidad and Tobago, it is time to tell Michael Kwamina, miss us with your bullshit. Let me tell you what they're doing with this defamation law. Because they're doing it to me. You all know about this. It is to serve you, to gag you. No matter how long the case takes to call, they don't care about that. But once you have a defamation matter, that's why Kirkwood can't talk about Rolf Balgobin. But it's 1.3 million of all you. And what the 1.3 million of all you have to do is stand up for your country. So as one of us get a pre-action protocol letter, stand up and talk. Take your pre-action. Let me see if Michael Kwamina going to fill up the court docket, the entire cause list, with PNM defamation of character. Randall Mitchell is a shit snake. It's not alleged, he's a shit snake. He's a snake that slithers around in shit. He brings nothing to the table. He was a little jumped up boy in the Heliconia Foundation. Heliconia is a Balizé flower, but they didn't want to call it Balizé. At that time, if you had said Balizé, they would have spit on you. So you couldn't say Balizé. They had to come up with the Heliconia Foundation. Kitchener daughter come up with that plan. And they create that to play hide and seek and distract and fool people like my poor boy Paul now, who's Faris' nephew. Distract poor Paul and have Paul talking to people. So many young, decent, innocent people get trapped by this government. But you know what? Randall Mitchell, Michael Kwamina, the rest of all this shit snakes kiss my ass. I have no time with you all. I want to ask Trinidad and Tobago something because I'm following a story and we need to discuss this. I want to frame this question straight up. Now, I want you to tag every black person you know, including and especially the racists who think that if I'm not black, I can't talk. Because I want to ask a question. Do black lives matter in Trinidad and Tobago? Because the conversation have to come down to that. The conversation have to come down to that. Do black lives matter in Trinidad and Tobago? When you watch these little gang boys, and I mean, they armed to the teeth, but when Maurice Nunes called me on the phone and say, Phil, what you are telling here, Phil? Them boys can't afford 2 drawers on special by Francis Fashion. They have enough money to hang on a mop, but they go bring in $75,000 and $80,000 AR-15. Philip, AK-47 is $110,000. Philip, when you buy an AR-15 for $75,000 and $100,000, Philip, it's $5 a bullet. These fellas don't have shoes. Somebody playing with all you. Somebody playing with all you. And is sending poor black people as police out to fight with black people as bandits. Somebody playing with all you. We need to deal with all of this now. This PNM government, I want to ask Keith Rowley, why did you have to say you were the blackest man in the country? I never hear anybody in the UNC say them is the cooliest of the coolies and they need to be in government. I never hear anybody from the UNC say I is the most Indian of all. Why did you, Keith Rowley, need to say that you are the blackest man in Trinidad? Why? Is it that you looked around in the cabinet and realized not that you were the blackest man in Trinidad, but you were the blackest man in the cabinet? Worse, and it gets worse, Kitos. You were the only black man in the cabinet. The People's National Movement. That puts in brackets Black People National Movement. You know that, I know that. When the media say a base, PNM have a base. It's the Black People Party. No problem. Sell it to them, fool them, piss on the back, tell them it's rain falling. All they're doing that since Eric Williams times, and all they're doing it good, all they're winning, all they're making money. No problem. But why it is black people in this country have nothing. And the PNM, which is supposed to be the Black People Party, in government for 70% of all of our independence. They have had political control and economic control. Let me phrase that for you in a way you understand. The fishermen in Scorpion, Big Yard, Abbey Pujad, St. Peter's Bay, those fishermen feed Rowley 2 daughters. They put food on Sharon Rowley plate. Them fishermen who waiting 30 years for a fish market. and the jackass MP, Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabga Rowley, the first black Syrian, is the prime minister of the country. He had black meaning color or race. Well, I know that question is all you ask. Ask it again. We gloves off tonight. Let's ask this question. The first black Syrian, you are the member of parliament for Diego Martin. You are the member of parliament for St. Peter's Bay. You are the member of parliament for Abipujad, Big Yard, Scorpion. You are the member of parliament for the fishermen and women and the families that build their lives around fishing and carnage. You are their member of parliament 32 years. 32 years. No, for the past 2.5 years, you're prime minister. Apparently, prime minister is not enough power to erect a 2x4 freaking fishing market in Carnage, but you could rape the Aripo forest. International news agencies talking about the plight of the ocelot in Trinidad and Tobago that had as its last respite the Aripo forest. You've raped that, Rowley. Rowley, you have raped it. You personally. When we say the cabinet, we mean Rowley's gang. Because the cabinet is assembled at the behest of the prime minister. The prime minister assembles the cabinet. If they don't toe cabinet line, the prime minister can kick them out of the cabinet. So it's not like something where they have a say. You do what the prime minister tell you, or haul your mother ass. Ask Kamala. That's how they used to run the UNC. Ask Pandey. Haul your mother ass. If you don't toe cabinet line. When Vernon de Lima told the nation that he wanted a political leader for the Congress of the people outside of government, so that your hands are tied like a crab, he was trying to prove a point. That when you say the cabinet have decided, me and my gang, me and my yes men, me and the people that I pay to say yes when I say so, say so. That's what the cabinet means. So kiss my ass, Keith Rowley. You big shit snake. You bald-headed waste of freaking time. Kiss my half-red ass. When Fitzgerald Hines had to tell the nation that Keith Rowley was too black to be prime minister, and he lamented that, how come nobody ever had to talk about Kamala was too Indian? What it is going on inside of that have to appeal to people's blackness. Yet when you get into office, black people have the least to get. That stunting jackass Fitzgerald Hines that piss on Laventille East constituents for 5 years, you bring him back to finish piss on Laventille West. Because today, violence break out again. Poverty-driven, illiteracy-fueled violence broke out in Port of Spain, and the rest of Trinidad say, God, kill them dead, watch them, nasty snake, mash them. Because we don't know better. We don't know better. CNC3 don't tell you, Sabga News Network don't tell you. You see when you see them little boys on the side of the road, you can count their ribs. It's only hunger that do that. They're not six-pack training in the gym, you know. You ever notice how all of them scrawny? You never notice how all of them looking like the bedroom far, far, far from the kitchen? You ever see a skinny Syrian? Asking a question. You ever see a skinny Syrian in Trinidad? One. Name one. When your plate empty, your ribs will stand out. So I want to tell all of you who want them to go and shoot them little nigga boy. Stop that shit talk now. Stop that shit talk tonight. Because if your children belly, if you was watching your children belly and counting the ribs, you was going and stunt too. So miss me with that. It is time we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, stand up for Morvan, Beetham, Laventille and Silot. And I excuse it. No bad behavior. I ain't defending Christmas, Easter and Diwali. Who does name these gangsters, boy? How your name end up Christmas? Of all the names you're going to pick. Somebody tell me somebody killed Christmas. And the first thing I heard this morning, I said they killed Christmas. What happened? They cancel it? I didn't even know. I didn't understand. All them little gangster boys. The reason there's gangster boys, you're hearing them. I'll get a thing to hear. You only want to hear this. I'll get a thing to hear.
See that fucking youth, man, they kill.
Yes, now.
Call Christmas, aka Ben 10, by being taken that easy, so you know what this word go out. Well, they don't know this voice. I killing from a dog, so anybody. They don't know this voice, me not to tell all you who it is. And this wall, to get this one in all your head clear. You see that youth man all you kill?
Now I ain't going to broadcast the whole thing. Because I know police not eating nice too. And now that he put out that video, that audio, right? All you know this voice. I had to call my name. You know what that tells me? He afraid police bullet. And you know police bullet have his name on it now. Because you can't play mass and afraid powder. So you're calling for retribution against police. Brother, if they kill you, I have no tears for you. Because police, and again, this is such a roundabout conversation we have to have. The government full of shit. Your Minister of National Security is a waste of time. When you flush your toilet after a bowel movement in the morning, what went down with the water worth more than Edmund Dillon. Edmund Dillon was worth less than a toilet bowl full of shit. To the smallies in Ernst & Young today, that was having a conversation about why Philip Alexander so vexed. That is not the conversation, you know, friend. The conversation is why you not vexed yet. I like what he's saying, you know, but he vexed. Don't wait for a gun in your mouth. Don't wait to sit down with a gun in your face, watching 3 men rape your girl, or your sister, or your mother. Don't wait for somebody you know to disappear. You're posting for 30. Look at these people, Sukdar, look at them. They're posting 3 years, they're missing. Oh, God help me. Don't wait for you to be boosting posts on Facebook, looking for your sister, your girlfriend, your mother, your cousin, your friend that gone missing. That shit snake Dillon ain't answering for. But he drawing big salary, getting fat on cabinet food and drunk on cabinet wine. Eh? Why you not vexed? You living in a country where police suffering and police vex. All you hear that woman police constable voice note that all you share 1 million times. I know Trinidad people. The first 2 words that that girl voice note, you see the first 2 words of her voice note, here now. When a Trinidadian reached to say, here now. You see, here now, I grew up rough, eh? I grew up rough, I want to tell you that. I have plenty scars. When you see talk reach here now is the last thing you just hear before it move from talk to action, you know. Here now, but take this job and shove it. That is what I heard in that police officer voice. And I said to Seals, who jump out his own self, and the police that calling for an investigation into the voice note was not enough for one to be Commissioner Seals. Because Seals, like the Queen from Alice in Wonderland, she don't need to have the trial. Let's have judgment. We can have the trial after. Let's sentence the woman now. We can have a trial 3 years down the road. Seals, jump out himself and indict the woman. And talking about who need to apologize. Yes, he mad with he blasted self. Yes, he need to apologize. Because that woman, I want to tell you what she did. She could have write 4 tickets for Chinley wife. 4. The woman get pulled over for speeding. You're a pilot and you don't know to restrain your blasted child in the car. You're that stupid. They should take away your child from you for that. They should charge your ass. You're living in 2018. You don't know that something swerve in front of you, slam on your brakes, and that child going through the windscreen and dead. You're that insipid Mrs. Chinley. But forget that. She pull you over for speeding. But Beamer make the raw. And you must mash down. Don't worry. Your husband is a puppy. Or so he think. So anyway, you mash down and you get catch. And when you pull over, they realize your child not restrained as a charge. Speeding and unrestrained child. Like 2 tickets. We write those tickets. But she didn't. She was trying to understand the situation. Give me a permit and your insurance. Both of them expired. Both of them expired. You can't say it's that much of an oversight. Your permit expired. since last year, September, but you have gas in the car. How you know one thing and you ain't know how to do the other, Mrs. Chinley? But you know, I vex her, because I tell you why I vex. Because I know Howard Chinley, and he's an arrogant little shit, sitting down and after Chinley money, make himself feel like he is somebody, take daddy money and give the PNM a little financing, and Patrick Manning make him a common sense Minister of National Security. Check the numbers. Anaconda man. They laugh at his ass so bad. He spent millions of dollars in the Hilton Hotel launching a crime plan called Operation Anaconda. And the next day the bandits went in the zoo and thieved the anaconda just to prove a point who run things. Under Chinley, the crime rate was the highest in this country. The absolute highest. That's when it started. That shit snake, that arrogant little jackass who still have to answer for the deal for Pier 1. And I'm waiting for that answer. Munilal, stop talking. I ask him, how you get Pier 1 and what's the rent? Because we need an actual valuation on our property. And who just give you permission to tie up on more ships, spilling diesel, gas, and shit, feces, piss, effluents, where the little Tata Hecherandas go and bathe, the last piece of beach they leave for them, the last little thing, the last little kakada, and now they're swimming in gas, diesel, and shit. So Chinley could make her money. Who gave you that? Where was the EMA to come and say, wait a minute, the little Tata Hecherandas swim here. You can't park ships here. You can't park ships here and spill out the shit and the gas and the diesel here. But nobody ain't talking about that because it's little Tata Hecherandas and maybe Black Lives Don't Matter. But this woman police constable, to me, it appeared that she tried to assist the situation. She realized what she walked into. So she said, hey, what? Come to the station, we will sort it out. But shit snake, pull up, Chinley, you ain't know who I am or... Because if you watch the facts and evidence, 2 of the 4 matters cannot be disputed. Your permit expired, your insurance expired, you're guilty as charged. So I want to take the WPC's word on the other 2. You're unrestrained child and you're speeding. But stick a pin, because she only write 2 tickets. She only write 2 tickets. But jackass cat, who feel he is something. Hey boy, when I tell you, I detest these little jumped up pricks who take advantage. Let me tell you, Chinley, all their money. Hey, all of it, check them now. Everybody in this country who playing wealthy, check their connections and how they get it. But vote this party into power. Vote it into power. I want to tell you, you will get an evaluation of Pier 1 from the day the lease was signed, and he will get a bill in his ass. Stick a pin there. Apparently, Mr. Captain Shitsnake went to the police station to tell the girl, you know who I am. I hear man put his car between police car and the woman car, all kind of shit. Like that puppy, my dick long, dragging when I walk in. Sit down on daddy wallet and make my dick long. See, I'm driving a bimmer. That is the shit police have to deal with in this country. So all my partners who want to tell me the woman was wrong for lighting up his ass, miss me with your bullshit. Eh? See that woman, she say, here now. You know what she mean? But they could take this job and shove it. Or they're telling me to come out here and enforce the law without fear or favor, malice or ill will. And when I bounce up lawbreakers, them have to pull string and tell me about where my mother passed and where my father passed and who's my boss and what kind of string they have and where they go lost my ass in Tacarigua or Toko. I had to take all that shit to do this job for this small money. I want to pass through her head. Because between her in the beginning, dealing nice with this woman and trying to help out her situation, she reached to ask with this. To ask with this, you could fire me. And Seals, with his Balize drawers, jump out in defense of his Balize bosses to talk shit. You can't be doing that, brother. You're not judge, jury, and executioner. I know under the Baghdad chief, or they're trying to turn Trinidad and Tobago into a dictatorship. But we ain't there yet. And as long as we ain't there yet, you can work with the rules, the constitution. People have rights. And I said, the former Minister of National Security, Gary Griffith, because we had an hour-long argument last night, discussing this issue. And we got to common ground. But I said to Gary last night, The problem with Trinidad and Tobago is when that police officer pulled over Chinley wife, 3 things were supposed to happen. The police officer had rights, Chinley wife had rights, and there was a law in place. And all 3 of those things were supposed to work in harmony. Mrs. Chinley was supposed to apologize if such a thing was possible. Lock up your car, call for somebody to meet you and say, boy, if you know what I'm doing. Like anybody else, like any other Trinidadian, my permit expired, my insurance expired, feeling so embarrassed. And pay your tickets. All you know, when I get a ticket coming from South, I put it up on Facebook, I went and paid me $3,000 fast. I said that officer like he didn't like Philip Edward Alexander. Some PNM sycophantic asshole come to ask me, oh, you wanted him to treat you special? No, friend. Not at all. That was never the point. That was just a joke I was making. But come back to this. We live in a country that every single day you learn more and more how broken it is. We live in a country like that. Hold on 1 second for me. Mikey, I live now, you know. Call it back. Yep. Right. They want me on the radio in the morning to deal with this Mitchell issue. They want me everywhere now. Because the Progressive Empowerment Party has ripped it open. Has ripped it apart. Baldhead Mugabe in the parliament admitting under oath. Yes, we did take $2.5 million and spend it on the daughter father-in-law, half-dead Maxi. We did. You catch me. We did. Where is the Director of Public Prosecutions? Where is the Commissioner of Police? Where is the Integrity Commission? Where are they to ask the son of a bitch, under what provision of law did you take up Trinidad and Tobago money and give it to your daughter father-in-law? Where? What is there to protect you from that abuse? In this country, nothing. So if you line up again and vote PNM, again, what you get, you look for. You look for this time. For those who waiting to line up and vote UNC again and forget what UNC stand for, when you get what you vote for, you'll take what you look for. Because 2.5 years in, all they do fat all for the people of La Joqueta Talparo. Nothing. They may get a 10% of what Calco get to rape the Aripo Savannah, to build the highway to nowhere. We are a nation of people living in a country watching the government steal money to build a project we do not need, nor do we want, and have no recourse. How could that be that this republic democracy could be set up so badly? And how could we, as a people, like the little smallies in Ernst & Young, who trying to learn politics, how could you not be vexed? How are you not vexed tonight? Because Stuntman Mugabe going in La Joqueta on the 22nd of February, and they're going to fill up the first 10 rows of chairs with people who get paid to come and say Rowley is boss. But you ain't do fat all for nobody in La Joqueta Talparo for the past 2.5 years. But you're going to shoot them with shit and charge them for smelling stink. More PNM piss to rain down from above. And these peasants below must say, ah, we're blessed. We're blessed. Holy golden water. And because I'm damn annoyed now. And I'm annoyed that Trinidadians are not incensed enough. Because when you look at what went on this morning, all of these things tied together. Fitzgerald Hines stunted on Hema show to give the poor black children of Laventille a pool. I want to ask, how is this on the list of priorities that the people of Morvant, Beetham, Laventille and Sealots need urgently as a matter of national urgency? How is this the head of the list? And some little PNM sycophant that come and ask me, so what, black people don't deserve a pool? And I can't answer every jackass because I am not the jackass whisperer. Some of them I just have to shake my head. And I just have to say, you know what, brother? Wind back, enjoy it, take it. That way of four. Because you're living in a country where per capita every citizen is a millionaire. But your millions stolen. Your millions paying for shit. And you're winding back and you're smiling. And you're defending it. Trinidad is asking, why is Philip angry? The question is, why aren't you? Why aren't you angry? The people of La Joqueta, Talparo have no jobs, poor roads, terrible systems. Home ownership is a joke. They can't afford food. Healthcare and proper education is beyond them. They're barely holding on. And you coming back inside a day to tell them shit? Well, I want to tell you all something. On March the 10th, I am coming to make an announcement in La Joqueta, Talparo that will rock that constituency. On March the 10th, we are having a public rally, and I am going to make an announcement that will rock that constituency. And let me tell you, all you know me now, all you know me well enough now, is because of me, Guardian, Sapga News Network, and Massa Media talking about Maxi Coffee and the money. It's because of me. I wouldn't let it go. I don't let these things go. I pass on the Seabridge to others. They dropping the ball, but I still here holding it. And I'm waiting. Because I'm not going to forget. You see, the people of Siam nightclub, Apsara and Tamnaktai, just cuss my name. Why Philip lighting we up so? Why? Because the National Insurance Board had no authority to take Trinidad poor people $37 million and give it to all you interest free for as long as you need it. They had no authority to give you a further $4 million to renovate. None. And there is nobody in this country right now to bring those sons of bitches to justice. But vote this party into power. Vote it into power. I want you to see the power of government, the power of the state, the power of the Constitution in the right hands will turn this country around in such quick time that you will forget the stain of the cancers of the PLM and the UNC that rot this country to the core. Kobo don't land here again. You never noticed that? You used to see plenty Kobo when you were small. Even Kobo don't land in Trinidad. When last you see a cockroach? Then all rat leaving Trinidad. Rat leaving Trinidad. And to that woman police constable, I remember when this guy who sang Rowley Mother Count, what's his name? I forget his name. Came to the rally in Chaguanas. Man had tears in his eyes. He said, that man, Philip Alexander, was the first man that stand up with me and I will do anything for him. You see, the woman police constable, contact me, friend. You have a friend in Philip Alexander, and I need people to know. Good, honest, and decent police officers, I want you all to understand we need you all badly. And we will make sure that you are paid, incentivized, motivated, trained, and given the tools to properly do your job. We promise you that. Teachers, farmers, police officers, we will treat you all with the respect you all deserve. And to my good friend Keita Chandler, who raised the massive go side, yes, who raised the issue of the cleaners in society. Like the poor people driving the garbage truck this morning who they never thought in their living life somebody would have thief a truckload of garbage, but they experienced that today. Like then. If it wasn't for the cleaners in society, we're in trouble. If it wasn't for the garbage men in society, we're in trouble. If it wasn't for the people who are willing to go down in the sewer pipe and keep it flowing, we're in trouble. We as a nation in trouble. And I want to tell you something. We must make sure that our minimum wage is a living wage. That all of these people who do all of the dirty work that keeps this country going forward, we must respect them. We must tip our hats to them. When you see the janitor and the worker cleaning the street, and the other morning I was going to Synergy TV, I was outside Synergy before the sunrise, and the cleaners passed cleaning the pavement, and I stopped and said, hey, good morning, how y'all going? Stop and chat with them. They were so surprised. I there in my suit and tie. They're not accustomed to that. But I told them, I said, this is how I was growing up. Treat the janitor and the CEO the same way. And we need to show respect to all the people, to the nurses in the hospital. It's easy to jam them. I tell you something, eh? You ain't doing that work. You ain't going and clean nobody, mommy and papi shit and piss and change the dirty clothes for the kind of money them working for, under the kind of conditions them working for some of the jackasses they're working under. And go and deal with the stresses that everybody else facing in this country. Stop disrespecting the people on the lowest rungs. We need to elevate them. If we can treat them with respect, the society will start to change. If Mugabe Sabgarowli, the first black Syrian, had understood that the people of Karanaj fed and raised his two daughters, because it's 32 years now, he eating cabinet food and drinking parliament wine. If he had 1 ounce of decency, first job he would have done was to build their fish market. Because if you see where they put their fish market, they take a piece of property that OSHA say nobody should be in, and give them that. Put your fish market here. Down below, Alcoa. Then people could go and breed in the aluminum silicate and dead. No problem. That ahead. Poor black people. Do Black Lives Matter in Trinidad and Tobago? They want to go and stand up and sell fish 10 hours a day. And when the boats come from Guyana to offload with bauxite, you stand up there and breathe that into your lungs. And once that go in, it don't come back out. And you just get all kind of disease. Information received. Getting information from police officers. Members of the Rasta City meeting and saying they have to kill our police tonight. Any other part of the world, they issue police as you're sworn in with a firearm that you keep and are fully responsible for. But in this backward place, they trust you to protect the public with the firearm, but don't trust you to keep it. Sick and fed up. As a police officer, I want to tell you all something. There are corrupt police officers in this country, but there are corrupt businessmen and there are corrupt politicians. We have corrupt priests. This is a nation where priests have raped little boys. Everywhere have corruption. But you can't paint everybody with the same brush. Because I keep saying police officers wake up every single morning and say goodbye to their family to put their lives at risk for you. When police running in gang violence today, Trinidad said down there nervous. We didn't know where it was going. We didn't know what was happening today. And police know what they're facing. Police know what they're facing. And at some point, their lives could be lost. Because these fellas have superior firepower. And there is an uneasy peace. Because we have a government that doesn't understand the massive social development response that Morva, Beaton, Lavantil, Sealots, and East Port of Spain needs as a matter of national security urgency. You see, 99%, there will always be a 1% shit snake. Today I sat with an ex-Senate president. He was explaining to me a Harvard study, and I read it years ago, and he reminded me that children for the first 3 years of life, if they don't receive the proper nurturing and human touch that it takes to bring them into society, they do not develop the connections between their neurons that make them functional people. So from the age of 3, they are already sociopaths. When Helen Francis said in the song Change, we're going to end up with a bandit factory, he didn't know how spot on he was. Because families cannot properly raise their children. And social development doesn't exist. Our children's authority is a joke. We have nothing to supervise and assist and to guide. And all we have is a bunch of stink and dirty people in this country who, because of the blessings they received in life and never had to watch their children hungry, want to tell you, them shouldn't be making children so. If you can't afford to make a child and raise it, don't make it. It's easy to shame the victim, ain't? Especially when you don't have to walk them shoes. But make sure that you remember the sting in them words, you know. Make sure, if ever you get the bad news or the diagnosis or the accident that flips the script of your good fortune, and you find yourself in a situation that you did not bargain for, that you cannot manage, and are forced to make choices that are at odds with your beliefs, your integrity, and your character. Because all of a sudden, when the shoe on the other foot, you start to understand that criminality in this country is a complex situation driven in the main by illiteracy and poverty. And that we've had governments come and governments go, and all they were interested in was stealing the money. They were never interested in running the country. They were never interested in doing right by the people. They were never interested in an education system that puts privileged education in the hands of all. They wanted to separate sheep from goat, 1% from 99%. We is the business owner, you is the slave. Come and work for minimum wage, get your ass, and pay courts every month. This is what was done to Trinidad and Tobago. You need a government that makes first world education accessible to all. You need a government that makes first world, professional, respectful, dignified healthcare available to all. You need a government that makes it possible so that even minimum wage earners could afford a starter home, zero deposit, zero interest for 30 years. You do that, and the people start to see that you're serious about raising everybody to the same high standard. You make sure that when you're locking up black hen chicken, that you take out the white collar bandits in handcuffs too, so that they see that it's not just one law for one and another law for all, because the police should charge Chinley for interfering with a police officer in the conduct of her duty. That is what SEAL should have been talking about. But in this pappy show land, everything, even issuing a speeding ticket, could be a pappy show. But the Progressive Empowerment Party is on an election footing. And we are calling for an election in La Joqueta, Talparo. And when we go to La Joqueta, Talparo on the 10th of March, we will be announcing our candidate. Because if you put a PEP member in the Parliament, game change. Every Wednesday and every Friday, the Speaker of the House will recognize at least one person there to speak on behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And like we've changed the national conversation from outside, when we get inside and you see, because everybody will see what real service to the constituency is when elections, general elections call, all 41 seats go in orange. Because you will understand that it is possible to vote into office people dedicated to their responsibility, to their oath of office, to the people that they are committed to serve. That you will understand that it is in fact possible for this country to be properly run by people who understand that the name of the job is service. And to those of you who bigger and better than everybody else, none of this is for you. And to those of you who better than everybody else, none of this is for you. The vast majority in between who want to live a life like themselves, raise the children in safety and grow old in peace in their country, those people, that's the PEP's base. Red, white, black, green, every color in between. That's the PEP's base. If you are fed up of racist tribal voting, that's the PEP's base. If you are fed up of governments coming to office representing their political backers and financiers to steal treasury money, that's the PEP's base. If you want a government that coming to power to fix, undo and redo and reboot the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, that's the PEP's base. The Progressive Empowerment Party, before we did anything else, we told you our policies. You got to know us and you grew with us. We are only 1 year and a month old. But you already know everything we stand for. You know what we stand against. We have national policies on everything. We have national policies on gender. We have a marijuana policy. And we want to grow marijuana on Caroni land. We want to decriminalize it for personal use. But we want to grow it on Caroni land and export it for big, big money. We want to make sure all the people who in Tobago that want to get involved in tourist business have access to finance and support. We want you in business. We want to make sure that when the school closed for the students, at the end of the day, it's open for the people who want to give evening classes. Extra lessons, foreign languages, music, dance, art and craft, karate. Whatever your skill set is, if you need a space, all the schools will be made available to all of you. So people will have choice and options. No longer will Trinidad and Tobago be the denizens of slaves and peasants, working by day and suffering by night. Those days have to end. And I want to tell you how it will end. When you collapse the old order, when the PNM and the UNC are driven into the sea, when people no longer could divide themselves by race, when all of a sudden the words of the national anthem ring true. Here, every creed and race find an equal place. We must make it possible for Winston Duke, who just made it big in Black Panther. I want to give him a round of applause. But his uncle Watson was a superhero first. He was Aquaman. Give him a round of applause too. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Everybody who has inside of them a desire to be a better person should be able to have that desire met in this country. We have plans, programs, policies, and ideas that addresses every single issue. I want to live in a country where police officers are community officers, where they know everybody in the community they serve and everybody in the community know them. And those who commit crime are dealt with. But generally, the police officers are well paid and their job is to keep everybody safe. The teachers are incentivized and motivated to teach our children. Our healthcare is decentralized and within 15 minutes of everybody, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you mustn't have to go hunting and stunting looking to find a doctor. We can do this in quick time. Trinidad and Tobago can feed itself. All of these overnight millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires who bribe in governments to not grow food. We have proper, fertile agriculture land in this country, growing razor grass and strip mall. Watch what's happening outside Shagwanas. People who telling me that their main policy, that what they get into politics for is an agriculture and food production, but you're building store inside mall that build on food bearing land. Miss me with your bullshit. That is hypocrisy. Trinidad should be feeding itself and exporting food, and we could do that. We could do that. At the end of the day, you need to live in a country where everybody gets the same respect and the same equality regardless of their status and position in society. And if we could get to there, if we could possibly get to there, we would start to become the nation that we were meant to be, the paradise on earth that this country was meant to be. Because I want to tell you something, there are very few countries in this world that could boast the bounty and the beauty Trinidad and Tobago. And we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, have to start standing together, standing with one another, so that we could turn this madness and mayhem around. It is time for the big criminals to be brought to justice. It is time for one people under one flag. We can do this. Come together, stand together. Let us make this place a paradise on earth.
Your vote will decide our destiny.
Vodka,
you
eh?
want to
Not
be.
vodka.
Your vote can foretell our country's
If
fate.
DC Paris tell me get a cup.
Use it well before it's too late. If it is that who you're voting,
Fail beyond a doubt.
when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is they prove it to be only full amount, when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that change should come about, just as how you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. If they don't see, vote them out. Stain your finger and vote them out. Show them no mercy, vote them out. Vote them out with total scorn and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again. Vote them out of power,
Terminate the reign.
let's put our country together again. If for 30 years
55
you
years.
voting them in,
And it's only change
as soon as they win, they give you big words and enslave your soul, promising you roads and giving potholes. If they are the reason why the economy would sprout, when you're voting, vote them out.
Vote them out.
If it is the passing laws
That them alone can float.
when you're voting,
Vote them out.
vote them out. If it is the building eyesores, east, west, north, and south, just as how you vote them in, vote them out. Register and vote them out. Totally vote them out. State your finger and
Vote them out.
rescue the country.
Vote them out.
Vote them out with tempo.
Level the playing field. Make sure everybody in this country has the same access to the same chances and the same opportunities. Everybody gets the same respect. We must live in harmony. One people united under one flag. Nobody bigger than nobody else. All are we one family. And if you're too big shot to 50 with everybody else, kiss our collective ass. Jump on a plane and go away. We don't need you here in Machinery. If you're bigger than everybody else, haul your ass. Jump on a plane, Howard. Take the mixed breeds and go. And shit, sleep.
If their policy is a fallacy, their bureaucracy a catastrophe, if they cannot cope and you see it so,
Then your only hope is for them to go.
if it is fabrication, these statements that they spout,
When you're voting,
vote them out.
vote them out.
If it is that frustration,
Doesn't make you want to shout. When you're voting,
vote them out. Vote them out. Before they misuse out, cheap out,
misuse
sell
out,
out, and
keep
digs
out,
out.
sell out,
If
gives
it
out.
you vote them in,
If it's you that vote them in, take responsibility
register
now.
and vote them
Clean up your mess.
all of them.
PNM people, tear up that card now now. Only I set up the advantage, boy. Listen, PNM people, burn that Balizé card. Burn that red jersey. It is a shackle on your back. PNM people, PNM stink and dirty. They have nothing in the PNM that's good for anybody. And if you ain't wake up yet, wake up. Wake up. If you want to see who is the papi in PNM, go and drive without your insurance and your permit. See what I tell you. CFC will jump out the cell for you. People must come first. Citizens by right. None are we worse. Yellow, black or white. Food, shelter and clothes. Free movement and speech. A garden that grows. And one law for each.
If it is that injustice is what they always show, when you're voting, vote them out.
Vote them out.
If it is that avarice
Is all they seem to know.
when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is their politics,
It's just a puppy show. When elections day come, all bandits must go.
register and
Vote them out.
if they don't see,
Vote them out.
stay no finger and
Vote them out.
show them no mercy. Vote them out with total scorn and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again.
I see my boy Lyndon Mack is back. Good night, Lyndon. We paid special attention to Tobago, and you and I need to meet. If I have to sponsor that boat ride ticket, I can't sponsor the plane ticket. But if I have to sponsor that boat ride ticket to bring it to the office this Saturday at noon, I'm sponsoring it, you know. Mr. Mack, I want to meet with you. All of the Tobago people, let us organize for you all to come to a meeting, because we have to come. Well, I mean, I want you to meet the entire executive. We have to work out which one cheaper, bring the executive to you or bring you to the meeting. But we would like our Tobago activists and our Tobago representatives in a meeting on Saturday. We want to give you all the floor. We want you all to come to Trinidad live. I'll give it to you live. You can talk to everybody. Tell them what really going on in Tobago. Let's work that out, because we need to rescue Tobago. We need to rescue Caranage. We need to rescue East Port of Spain. We need to rescue Mova, Bitam, Lavantel and Silots and Bacadere. We need to go down Marabella. We need to go Enterprise. The entire country upside down. But the first rescue is La Hoqueta Talparo. We organize it to come. La Hoqueta Talparo. I'm going to tell you all something. You all are going to have the distinction of being the constituency that began the rescue of Trinidad and Tobago when you vote a Progressive Empowerment Party candidate into the parliament. When La Hoqueta Talparo, member of parliament, stands up, it will be with hushed tones and respect in the house, because we ain't going there to play games. We're there to represent the people, and we will be standing on the sanctity and the sacredness of the law. It is time the people of Trinidad and Tobago understand what all the machinery of state was set up for and benefited from it, not just the Chinleys of this world. All of a sudden you will understand that Trinidad and Tobago is not that badly off. That undo and redo and reboot the republic is really just a way of getting rid of the shit snakes and the shit hounds and the paper tigers and the tiny tin pot dictators, the little oligarchy that organizes itself into a gang to rape and pillage and plunder this country. We could fix all that. All that could fix. All that could change. This Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. Wednesday, we meet in the campaign team for La Hoqueta Talparo. If you are not yet on any teams and you would like to join a team, reach out to Debbie Lee Jaikaran, Shari Wilson, Felicia Holder, and the rest of the campaign management team will be announced after Wednesday's meeting. If you would like to be involved, now is the time. peptrinbago@gmail.com or message me on Facebook. To those millions of people who want to be messaging me on WhatsApp, I have no problem with that. I get 100 million messages a day now. Cool. But do not ask me questions, and do not follow up your question with 3 question marks as if I'm ignoring you. I am not ignoring you personally. I do not have staff to manage the messages. We could communicate, but don't expect an instant response, because it is physically impossible now. This Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue, the Patriots gather again. Last week Saturday was so amazing. It was so inspiring. I want you to come and drink that water. Come and feel what it is like to stand among every creed and race, patriots standing for a better country. Come and feel what it is like to instantly join a family. The Progressive Empowerment Party is already established in 39 constituencies in Trinidad and Tobago. I can't wait to say 41. And the negotiations right now, so I can't wait to say 41. If you are in your constituency and you would like to get involved and get on board and help at the ground level, because that will be a continuous job even after we are in government, you will continue to be important. We are convening all the constituencies on the ground to keep a constant feedback so that we don't forget who we're there to serve. peptrinbago@gmail.com is our email address. peptt.com website. Pep app, PEP, available on all the app stores. Free of charge, it's your app. 347-4PEP. If you would like to get involved at all, come on board. Come and take control of your party. Come and add your voice. Come and stand in that room and see what it feels like to have your political opinions respected. Come and have your questions answered. Come and debate. Come and discuss. Come and get involved. Come and know what it is like to be part of an organization set up and created with one purpose in mind: to rescue Trinidad and Tobago. The mission to rescue Trinidad and Tobago starts now. And that mission starts in La Joqueta, Talparo. Trinidad and Tobago. If you are a praying person, pray. Pray for Trinidad and Tobago. And I want to ask you all to do something, please. Let us start to put country first. Let us organize ourselves. Hope is not lost. We have opportunities now. You have choice now. Come and touch it. Come and see it. You will realize how real it is. The days of the PNM and the UNC glorifying themselves and their backers and their financiers is over. The oligarchs know that we're coming to tear that playhouse down. Trinidad understands. The media is panicking. There is a reason they go out of their way to black out the PEP. There is a reason they try to blacklist our message, because they're deathly afraid. That one duopoly, that interconnected hydra of hate that runs this country from behind the scenes, it knows, it sees, it understands that a new day is coming in Trinidad and Tobago, when the banks will start to serve the people again, where businesses will have access to real foreign exchange and small business support, so you don't have to be a 1% to open a branch a month. All of a sudden the country will start to make sense and to work. We will take back our pitch lake. When I find out who have it, they're in trouble, you know. Because that pitch lake belongs to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And when we find out who have it, we will take it back. We won't take back Chagaramas. All them things you see they build. Wait now. When I tell you, if they give out farmland to financiers to build mall, you will see Baco break them all down. I am telling you that. Trinidad and Tobago needs to return to a country where everybody gets treated with dignity and respect. I want to end on this song. Because this guy,
progress is impossible without change.
This song,
Those who can't change their minds,
they should be playing this song in
can't
church,
change
temple,
anything.
and mosque.
You can't change what's going on around you. Until you start changing what's
That we understand our role.
you
in
must be the
conversation.
change. You wish to
This is
see.
how we get together.
In the way itself, George Bernard Shaw, your tango, Mahatma Gandhi.
If you can look as far as I see, within this great land we call TNT, there's birds and bees, rivers and seas, pretty woman bringing man to their knees. Treasures of this blessed land we always neglect like ISO and pan. I find it so strange the way we arrange. Still this nation don't know how to change. To some change it might just mean a new car. Change could mean less than $1. To most change have this nice scent we usually get from the government. You see, change is something we always say, but every time we change things remain the same way. Things keep getting worse and worse, so this is what I propose. Let's change the change for a better nation. Change the change for all foundations. Change the change so that we could say that this nation here came from quite down there. I say change the change within we school systems. Stop changing ministers and change what we teach them. But things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you.
These youth that sing this year, Calypso, Give me so much hope. This boy, Kurt Allen, voice.
His murders, killings galore, so much gunmen fighting meaningless war. Can't tell you stay, can't tell you go, cause this still the land we used to know. Homeless, every corner you meet, and they complimented by our dirty streets. Then we wonder why in our sister isle, why they don't like Trinis to come and spend time. When you see change is much more than paving a whole road, and change is greater than fixing a lamp pole. Change is about the whole nation and how we are portrayed when the party done. Who set these standards in my TNT? I really wish somebody here could tell me. It's just the same thing again and again, like we leaders don't use the brain. So change the change within our country. Change the change so the whole world could see. Change the change for a better future, so we don't have to depend on our next mayor. Say change the change within the society, otherwise we'd have a bandit factory. But things won't change despite all we do if change doesn't start with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In our youth, we leave all the weight, cause in most leaders, we done a lost faith. They full of such greed. Oh Father, I plead, please Lord have some mercy on their seeds. Cause the youth are trying their best, but they're born in this place of lies and commerce. So eventually, when things get heavy, chances are they might turn out just like we. But you see, change could put an end to all this foolishness and could break this chain link of sadness. Change could help our leaders to grow and start preparing youths for tomorrow. Don't see change as something timely and start seeing change as your duty. To stop them from hurting one day is we had to point the way.
I want to give one more. End of it. Prophetic.
Another one just gone. By your beat your chest and smile. Say you's a madman. Another young boy fall. Your soul can't rest at night. Oh, you's a bad man. Bad man is a man who just defend woman and protect the young ones by any means, Lord. You ain't no bad man, boy, now. You ain't no bad man. A real bad man just make his own decisions. He don't need anyone. He only needs God. You ain't no bad man, boy, now. You ain't no bad man. Stop. Sit down. Rock back. Tell them I don't need no strap to defend my people. I'm wicked and evil. Stop. Sit down. Rock back. Big man look for a walk. You're too damn evil.
Tell me that there's not a pepper singing there. Fire go burn them. Tell me that not a pepper singing.
Oh Lord, I said this is the year for love. Fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Oh, still little boy, you ain't bad at all. Tell me.
I had a cut today because we're running late. I want you to also hear this. I was just told by Debbie Lee Jaikaran, who is she's the chief coordinator of all of our events and meetings, that we may be meeting this Saturday. Instead of Stanmore Avenue, we may be meeting in Princestown. I promise you, between today and tomorrow, that will be finalized. And if it is Princestown, there will be a graphic advertising it all over Facebook, and I will be saying that on the live. As of now, I believe it's 19 Stanmore Avenue, but I will know between now and tomorrow. Between now and then, let us begin the process. We have a countdown of There are 9 days left in February and 10 days in March that leads up to our announcement. 19 days to an announcement in La Joqueta, Talparo. Organize yourself. March the 10th at 6 o'clock. That's a Saturday. Book your babysitter. Organize. Bring everybody. Bring the whole family. Bring mommy, tanty, granny, papi, everybody. Bring neighbor, bring friend, bring the doubles man, the gardener, bring your doctor, bring your lawyer. Bring everybody. That Saturday, March the 10th in La Joqueta, Talparo. It is moments in history. They will remember things. They will remember, you say you remember Rosa Parks, and you remember the Million Man March, and you remember when Gandhi sit down by that beach and say no salt for them. There are things that happen in history that you never forget that changed the way things was done. March the 10th is the start of the process, the rescue of Trinidad and Tobago. We will remember the day the first pepper tree was planted in the Parliament. It starts March the 10th in La Joqueta, Talparo. The mission to rescue Trinidad and Tobago. And hey, keep Christopher Mugabe Sabgaroli. You're walking around swinging like you have a big pair. Bro, if you have it, come and debate me. Pick your place. I come in Balize House. You will defend your track record. Either in person or in absence, you will defend your track record. The people of La Joqueta, Talparo will ask questions of you. You've been in office for 2.5 years, and now you're rushing to give them URP gang job and CPEP gang job as a stunt to fool people to buy votes. We're going to deal with all of that and more. The Integrity Commission will be asked to investigate the timing, if it is coinciding with electioneering that is using the state machinery for politicking, which is misbehavior in public office. And Keith, I want to tell you something, you know. I will dog you, brother, until you either stand up and be decent and functional as a prime minister, or you're quitting disgust. But you can't get away. I don't care how much criminals you hide behind. You can't get away. Not you, not Al Rawi, not Stuart Young, not Shamfa, not Romper Boy, not this jackass Mitchell who... Anyway, they're going to deal with he. Going forward from here, Trinidad and Tobago, if you want a better Trinidad and Tobago, if you want a better country, if you want a nation that works, if you want an end to all of this madness, the violence, the potholes, the craziness of the open borders and guns and drugs flowing free, ISIS cells and terrorist training camps and gangs and all this murder and mayhem in this country, if you want an end to it, this is the time. You cannot no longer just be holding your corner. You cannot no longer just be thinking about yourself. We either swim together or we go drown alone. Trinidad and Tobago, the mission to rescue Trinidad and Tobago starts now. This Saturday at noon we meet. 19 Stanmore Avenue, if not Princess Town, and I will find out and you will know. But March the 10th, mark your calendar. Change is coming. Like a train bearing down, an orange train bearing down the track. Until I see you tomorrow, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.